All right, so Pachter thinks Sony's going to outsell Microsoft 5 million units a year. So we're assuming this is, I guess, for a PS5 and Xbox. I could see that. Sony has dominated Microsoft. I mean, not dominated, but they've definitely healthily outsold them because Microsoft screwed up and tried to make the Xbox One online only. And they had to undo all of that damage and all that goodwill they lost. They were doing so well with the 360. The 360 had the coolest games. It had the indie games ahead of the time. It had great compatibility with PC, where it was very easy to program for, and it was affordable, and it was just seen as gaming, you know. There's people I talk to now of a certain age that, well, you know how back in the day, they would call everything Nintendo. I mean, a lot of people call gaming Xbox because they're from the PS2, PS3 era, and Xbox is what people had. Every house I felt like had one of those white Xbox like arcade models, whatever, that didn't have the hard drive. Whatever one, the parents were like, okay, fine, I'll get you this. It's a couple $100. But they screwed up, and that they'll never live down that quote of, yeah, well, we have a console for people that don't want to be online. It's called the 360, so go use that. And they've done great work in the last couple of years. I mean, with Games Pass, with the ability to take games from like the backwards compatibility has been insane. And then not only having it be backwards compatible, but you're able to make the game look better. You're telling me the best version of Final Fantasy 13 right now is to buy yourself a used copy from the 360, which is going to cost you what, like $5, $10, and then play that on Xbox. Well, here's the tough part: Xbox One X would be it, and then have that naturally for free upgraded. Boop. That's fucking mind blowing. And Microsoft is just giving this out. But the problem is that Sony has built up quite a lot of goodwill, and the thing with exactly Horky, that's exactly what I was going to say. Horky, yeah! Is that Microsoft, they have this weird strategy where they're putting all of their exclusives, of which there are not very many, on PC. And they're doing that play anywhere, which for some reason they think means people are going to get an Xbox and a PC so they can play their Xbox in the living room and then go to their computer room and play. That's not what people are going to do. If you have a PC, you're going to go, oh, I don't need an Xbox now. I'm going to get a PlayStation or a Switch so that I can get the most bang for my buck. I mean, if you're super rich, sure, buy them all. If you're a really hardcore gamer, some hardcore gamers buy them all. But when you're talking about how many millions of units we can sell, then it's going to come down to trying to reach the audience that is not going to buy them all. So that's their main problem. That's why they're going to they're going to struggle to sell as much as Sony. And I think Sony's had a pretty impressive looking launch. People want to see new games, and they're pretty much neck and neck in terms of power, like things that are going to be there's going to be some differences, of course, but they're all playing the same games for the most part in the same way. So many games are multi-platform now. Exclusivity is not what it once was before. Horky, let me know if you want to hop on the Discord, and we can. If not, don't worry about it. All right. So yeah, I would agree with that. Maybe more so, but who knows? I mean, people tend to have weird biases. There was the guy that works on my internet here. He's doing a great job. It's awful. He was telling me how he's like not really much of a gamer, but he told me that Xbox is better than PlayStation. I go, why? He's like, because when you download a game on PlayStation, it needs to be 50% bigger, the download size, to fit in. I don't know if that's actually true. That's what he was saying, but I don't know. It's so funny to talk to people, like when we go through the minutia that you or I in this chat, people that would watch a show like this or talk, the amount we know about gaming, and then when you step out of that bubble You talk to people who are like, that you see out there. I'll see them out at the game store and they're buying games and they're like buying consoles. And they're just like at random grabbing things and going, didn't you like Assassin's Creed 10 years ago? There's a new one. Go, oh my God. I'm agonizing over whether I should buy Anno 1800 when it's on sale. Blinks the Time Sweeper? This looks fun. You're a cat person. Get it. That Blinks the Time Sweeping cat. It's amazing. And then there's some things that cross over. I mean, I told the story of getting my hair cut and a guy saw that I had an EB Games bag. And it was the day Fallout came out. And, or after. And he says, oh, is that Fallout? I heard about that. And Stella's girlfriends knowing about it, being like, my boyfriend keeps talking about it. That's a bit sexist. The crowd sounds a lot like parents trying to pick something for their kids. Yeah, but I mean, that, like, definitely that is how it would sound when parents are picking for the kids. But there are a lot of people out there that I see just buying things that I can tell is for them, just from the way they're talking. And I always remember this one guy buying something like The Witcher or whatever, and the EB salesman guy going, hey, do you want to get the deluxe edition? And the guy goes, what's that? Oh yeah, you get 3 skins in game, and you get like a loot box. The guy's like, okay, sure. And boom, $30 upsell. He went from spending $90 on a game to like $130 for some friggin' skins. Oh, you get extra ammo. Oh, if you get the deluxe edition, the game won't give you cancer, so you better get it. Anyways, that's why I think Sony will outsell Microsoft. But I think Microsoft will be doing well. I've been... Their backwards compatibility is such a big selling point. And now PS5 is finally on that train. See, that's why you can't make consoles be stupidly unique the way the PS3 was. Because the PS3 just screwed up a whole generation of backwards compatibility, where Sony wasn't able to offer what Microsoft could. But I kind of get the feeling Sony doesn't want to. I don't think they want to put money into things that don't make them money immediately. They don't see the intrinsic value of that building your brand. Where me, who didn't really care about Xbox, I see Games Pass, I see backwards compatibility, and now I always have it in my mind that would be a good thing to pick up. Maybe not brand new. I'm not going to do like $500 or $600, but I would buy, just like I bought this generation. I bought an Xbox One late, tried out a shit ton of games, and was I just liked the idea of the backwards compatibility, even if I never did use it. But if I had the wherewithal to get an Xbox One, I would have loved to play Final Fantasy. They could have done it realistically, Horky, saying you've emulated PS3 games in your PC. And Prince, you find it weird when people don't do the research. I know, when I think about the amount of research I do, and then I watch people just be like, okay, this one. They're privy to the full technical specifications, could have made a compatibility layer to get it to run. Well, that's the thing. So you're seeing people with a PC running PS3 games, and Sony's like, oh, it's too hard. You don't understand. And there's all these... I saw some like tech video put out where they're explaining why you can't. It's a cell processor, man. It's really hard. You could, but you don't care. Whereas Microsoft will put a shit ton of money into upscaling games when they could have just ported over a simple remaster Nintendo style. Nintendo's like, what are you doing? You could have put just 3 of them into one game and called it a remaster and sold it for the money. Milk a cat's nipples and make the money. But no, yeah, Sony's not into that. They don't. They're cost conscious. They don't have the money Microsoft has. They're not quite as stingy as Nintendo. Nintendo is like the parents that go, you want what? No, you're not getting that. No, you want Bluetooth on your portable device? No. Oh, you want to be able to voice chat on your? We'll get this one over here. They're buying the cereal off the bottom shelf. They're going to the thrift store. They're like Eddie Murphy's mom. Won't buy him a McDonald's hamburger. Makes him a hamburger. Puts onion in it. Making the big patties. The big brown patties. No hamburger bun for you. You use bread. Ray traced cat nibbles.